Castlevania? We got another Castlevania Nocturne. I'm on that shit, baby. Castlevania Nocturne, the continuation of the Castlevania series on Netflix, written by Clive Bradley. We follow the tale of a new Belmont, Richter Belmont, the descendant of the legendary Trevor Belmont and Cypher. We are now doing the French Revolution, and them vampires is up to no motherfucking good, baby. Let's start by what I liked. Blacknificent love. This is a very well done anime. Oh my goodness, it is magnificently animated. The character style and designs are vibrant and engaging. The score slapped that classic Castlevania skull. I like the fact that we have some interesting black protagonists and antagonists, as a matter of fact. I like the fact that they actually draw their hair motherfucking good, not that bogus character created shit. Black characters are very well drawn. The fight scenes are immaculate. I'm actually a fan of how Richter Belmont fights. He fights a lot different than Trevor Belmont, but this is a spoiler-free review, so I will not be going into the details, but let's just be saying he be throwing hands like your boy Blacknificent. Run that fade, baby. Run that motherfucking fade, baby. The fight scenes and the animations are very, very well done. You're right into the thick of it just off the jump. I also like the fact that we're not just going back into Trevor Belmont's story, that we're doing something new. We're seeing some new stories within the same universe, and I think that's something tasteful that a lot of studios and a lot of different productions should take a realm in doing. Why y'all gotta always rehash shit? How many remasters we gonna get of The Last of Us? Do some new motherfucking shit, man. But now that I said all that nice shit, let's get in some hate, baby. Hate. It is with a heavy heart that I must say that this Castlevania is mid as fuck. Come on, man. The thing that made the first Castlevania so great was that we had these simple characters with time to grow, for us to understand these characters and their emotions. But every episode it's like, damn, I'm gonna just sit down and get the whole backstory to this whole new character, and it's like rushed and felt unnatural. The characters aren't as interesting or as likable as they were in the previous Castlevania, and though I should understand that it is something completely new, that we're dealing with a whole new story, a whole new Castlevania, but it still falls under the umbrella of Castlevania. So I feel well in my right to slander these motherfucking characters, because they are not as likable or as entertaining as the previous characters before. The constant swearing was like kind of distracting, but I mean, that's kind of just a general pet peeve of mine when watching anime and shit, where y'all just be like cussing for no motherfucking reason and shit. Like, remind me of little kids that just be cussing because their parents ain't around and shit. Like, do y'all really talk like this?
Who's fucking next?
Ugh, you ingrates, you degenerates. Learn how to speak some proper motherfucking English, okay? Y'all need to be fucking cussing all the time, man. Shit, I felt like the pacing was weird, and I think a lot of that had to do with just like y'all had so much backstory to get through in 10 episodes that it felt rushed. It felt unnatural. Castlevania, the first one, season 1 and season 2, we had time with these characters that we were rewarded, and everything was not rushed. In this, I felt like, okay, we got some backstory. You gotta know about the character. Here's the backstory. Oh, but it's Castlevania, so here's some action. Y'all just need your action. Whereas in the previous season of Castlevania, you felt rewarded for following the story. You had build up to the action, and when there was action, it was immaculate, and you felt rewarded that you had made it this far to get the action. But here it's like, yo, backstory, not that interesting backstory. And here's a fight. Here's some monsters. Fight that shit. They fought that shit. I mean, the action's nice and shit, but it's like, okay, I don't know. It's a little bit distracting to me. I also felt that some of the voice actors, they weren't really hitting their cues right, man. Not to hate on my Haitian girl and all that, but yeah, she wasn't really. Some vocals were amiss. Also thought it was really annoying, the forced exposition Like, come on, man. Telling me that the vampire that's about to die just gonna break down the whole motherfucking plot, because up until this point we didn't know exactly what the plot was gonna be. We didn't know what the main bad guy's motives were. Like, all this time, like, we didn't find out about that shit until like the end, and it's all through exposition. Come on. Another thing I like, I'm so tired of this shit, man. How could we be in this fantasy motherfucking universe and still, whenever we got black people, they slaves and shit? I'm so tired of this slave shit. We're in a fantasy universe with vampires and magic and demonic doorways, but somehow niggas still gotta be motherfucking slaves. To make it make motherfucking sense. Y'all can't tell me like some African bitch was like, yo, a motherfucking vampire came and killed my dog and shit, and I want motherfucking revenge. Give me that shit. Don't be like, oh shit, I was a motherfucking slave and now I'm fucking up vampires because they shitty. I don't know, man. Give me some better shit than that, man. The main characters in this, they're not that interesting this time around. I watched the shit twice and I don't even remember their names. I remember Richter's name and that bitch that fight with pigeons. I don't even remember. I think it was Mary or some shit. I don't know. And honestly, I don't really motherfucking care. Another thing I ain't like, how motherfucking fine y'all made that vampire bitch. Come on, she look good. Y'all made her look fine, man. Like, with the little pink hair and shit and a little motherfucking attitude. Snatched that bitch up by her fangs and shit. Like, what's good with you, girl? But I know, like, after I smash her and shit, she gonna, like, kill me, bite my neck and turn me into a motherfucking vampire. I ain't trying to be no motherfucking vampire. And I see y'all now talking about Blacknificent. Why don't you just holler at the good version of her, Annette? Come on, man. You think I'm gonna get with Annette Goody Two Shoes, motherfucking Annette and shit? Get that vampire bitch, you know she into some freaky shit. Annette, she a former slave. She a runaway slave and shit. You pull out the chains and whips and shit, she gonna start crying. I got no motherfucking time for that. I want them freaky bitches, man. You know them runaway slave girls got bad toes and shit anyway. Toes look like they throwing up gang signs when she wearing sandals and shit. She over here look like she tippy-toe through the Sahara and shit. How she gonna have cones and she don't eat no vegetables? Make it make sense, man. But the most egregious shit y'all did in this shit, man, was motherfucking 1800s Drake. The moment y'all had this nigga singing the motherfucking pigeons and shit, I knew this shit was gonna be a long ride.
No trouble in
Oh,
my breath.
oh. Man, come on, man. Come on. This nigga set back the whole light skin movement eons. Us light skin niggas got enough proving to do. Y'all did not have to channel that in my anime. I watch my anime as a way to escape reality and shit, not just be sucked back into reality and just beaten. This nigga did not have to be that lavender. I bet you $5,000 this nigga listened to Andre 3000 new album. Over here serenading cats and shit. Blacknificent waiting. I'ma have to get this. I'ma have to get this. A 3.5. Cause honestly, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just not very good. And I think the worst thing about it is just that the last season of Castlevania was so much better than this shit. This shit was motherfucking light. Like, the characters aren't as interesting. The story seems rushed. The pacing is weird. The motherfucker, you don't even know what the bad guy's main objective is until like the later halfway through it and shit. And they don't even show up till then. And like, it's only until like the final episode I felt like this shit was Castlevania. And like, even some of the character reveals were just kind of lackluster and shit. It's like, okay, I felt no real attachment to these characters. And it's very, very unfortunate because I was very excited for this. This was highly anticipated on my list and I had very high expectations. I mean, it's not a bad watch. I watched it twice and actually I enjoyed it more the second time. But it's alright, man. It's just kind of mid. But I will watch the second season because after this point, I think it's about to get real. And that's what I want to see. So I'll let him get a slight pass. But yeah, it's alright, man. But the most egregious shit is that motherfucking 1800s niggas singing, man. God damn, this nigga, I ain't got no more time for this shit. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Did you love it? Did you enjoy it? Is you tired of 1800 light-skinned niggas serenading pigeons? Let your boy Blacknificent know it's the one and only. Strength personified. Light-skinned nigga with dark-skinned tendencies. Blacknificent, baby.